Diamonds test. Are we live? Maybe I should make it the hyper test because I'm not on my personal. I'm streaming on Hyperdrive Racing, the server that I own, and also graphics and also commentate. Actually, there's a lot of stuff in there. So we're just gonna share the link and go from there. Boom. At everyone. Okay. What? How am I going to do this? Like this? Like this? Yeah, that's how you do it. Oh, that looks a bit goofy. What's happened with the Twitch size? Anyway, posted into race live streams now. Let's do this. I need to just check how, because we've got 18 drivers for this race. We've got Rise and Emu. They both actually commentate as well. Then K5M5, Jake Brad, he's part of FIA. Hunter's chill. I think he was the first one to put HDR in his username. I don't know, but let's see how he does. Randro, he's pretty quick. I think he won in Div 2 last time, and he actually leads the championship despite being a reserve. Panini man, he's been here a while. Bobby, dude I know from another league as well, but he's good. Bedard, I think he was racing in Division 3 yesterday. He did well. Who else is there? We have N1A and Hypno and Lone Fiber. Dario, I know. Party Goes. He was one of the first people to join. Okay, so it turns out they can hear my fan in the background. Yeah, turns out I'd rather not sweat to death at my own stove. I'm gonna turn that on. I could turn the fan off, but then I'd sweat and die. But we can do that. Now I just have to switch my phone Twitch to Hyperdrive Racing account so I can actually read the chat properly. Let's do this. Division 3 Portimao was very nice yesterday, and Division 2 hopefully will be even better. The reviewers are coming in. We're at 10. I don't know why, but I seem to do the worst in views out of all the commentators. You chilling, don't worry, says Rise. I'm only on 10 viewers. Even Emu had more yesterday, and he was commentating first time in the league. If you're in the HDR Discord, things very funny in general chat. So one of the speedy guys from Div 1 wants to try race in Div 2. Not happening, but you know what would be cool is if he joined the HDR Discord. I'm gonna link it right here. You should join, honestly. It's a pretty cool Discord. There's the Discord link, and then you're on the Twitch already. We're about to get going. It is 28 past, and the scheduled start time is 30, so we'd be getting going a little bit early. Beta also joining. Is that a full grid right there? Full grid? Yeah, boy. I like this. I definitely like this. Super. Almost about to get going now. Full lobby. Wizard of Oz has joined as well. Mars is finally in. Actually, we could technically fit 22, but... Alright, the invite's been sent. Okay, we should be readying up at any stage now. Hopefully the viewers ramp up as the stream goes on. And that... Oh, someone left actually. We're actually down on numbers now. 19 drivers instead of 20. Wait, did they just kick a... Oh, Hunter's been kicked. That's not cool. We have to get him an invite back into the lobby. Hunter, where is he? Apologies for the dead air right now. We just have to set up the lobby and we can focus on the comms bit. Because that's actually quite important to a stream, it turns out. 14 viewers so far. I think the HDR average is 16.69. So I'm currently doing below average right now. Okay. Alright, finally. They're readying up. And we can start qualifying. It's a short qualifying around this track. So, it's 18 minutes of quali and then a 50% race. We're not doing the sprint. We did that in Bahrain last week. No sprints in Portimao. There'll be sprint and there'll be a sprint next week in not Australia, Austria. But let's get into this now. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we are go. Short qualifying for the Portuguese Grand Prix. About to start. Let's hope all the drivers get readied properly and we don't have someone holding the lobby hostage. Jake Brad, N18, Party Ghost, Hunter, and Robot Reaction yet to ready up. Chat's pretty empty right now. Why am I doing so bad in views? I think I might have started the stream a bit too early, to be honest. Bad decisions I have made. Bobby is in chat saying, Alonso grant me grip, Alonso grant me brain cells, Alonso grant me speed, amen. Amen to that, Bobster. Let's see if any drivers are going to go out right now. Isn't that beautiful? A 20-man full grid. Absolutely beautiful. This looks amazing. Let's see what our drivers can do today. 20 drivers for Division 2. That's way, way better than what we had for Div 3 yesterday, where we had 11. Someone coming out early, and it's Rise, and 2 others are coming out with him. Let's get the telemetry going. Hunter's on the mediums for now. I don't know why he's doing that. Everything enabled. That looks nice. Rise coming around the track in his Audi livery. Let's see how he does. I'm in spectator mode, help, says Mars. What am I meant to do about that? I don't know what I can do about that. You're just gonna have to, I don't know. Dude, my car ain't driving, says Mars. I think you actually missed the lobby. Maybe it is capped at 20 and you got shafted. I have no clue what's happening with you, Mars. You're in spectator mode. There isn't much I can do about that. Effing AI, he says. He practiced so much. It's a sad moment, but surely there is a way to take control. You need to check some way. You're gonna go cry now? Oh, okay. Looks like he's doing that very early in the session. Only 2 minutes into it, and we already have some tears being shed. Let's ride on board with Rise for a lap around the Portuguese Grand Prix. Ollers in chat rooting for Panini Man today. Let's see how your man does. 5th gear going into the first corner. Looks all smooth. Normally I go 6th gear. 2nd gear down into turn 3, hard braking zone, easy to spin here. Rise going very wide on the curb, luckily he doesn't invalidate, and now plunging down the hill towards turn 5 to hairpin. He brakes quite late for this turn, takes it into 2nd gear and gets a very smooth exit out the corner, and it's looking good for Rise so far in the lap. Let's see, he downshifts very late for turn 7. Turn 8 he goes to 4th gear instead of 3rd, trying to make sure he doesn't spin out of turn 8. And now plunging upwards towards the apex, turn 13, bit of a hidden corner, and he's managed to do that smoothly. And now turn 15, I think. It can be very tough to get the nose in, but he's managed to do that so far. This is looking like a good lap from Rise at the moment. 3rd gear, out of the penultimate corner, Panini Man set the benchmark of a 118.0. Let's see if Rise can beat that. Lone Fiber goes to pole position with a 17.7. Bobby goes to pole with a 17.4, and Rise is in P3 with a 17.8. Who's next to cross the line now? Nobody actually. Anybody crossing the line? Not right now. There's U3602 crossing. And he goes to pole position with a 17.4. Just about beats Bobby by 1/100th of a second. But Beto with a very slow time, N1A 18.1. Not ideal for him. Charles gets a nice slipstream out the final corner, and where does this take him? P8. Not very good. There's a lot more drivers yet to do a lap still, so that time won't really... Oh, he's crashed! Wizard of Oz has crashed out of the session. He's still in it actually, but can he get his car back up and running? He's crashed in a very unusual location. Normally you crash later on in the corner when you're going through turn 4, but that's his front wing damaged right then and there. Front wing gone. Miles has left the session. Sad times. Jake Brad. He is now coming towards the finish line. Out of the final corner now. Where's this lap going to put him? 8th gear, late shift. 17.8. That puts him in P6. So they've already gone faster than the Division 3 pole time of a 17.551. As Emu with a 17.0 takes pole position by 0.4 of a second on his 2nd lap on the soft tyres. Emu is on fire. 0.4 he has to the field now, and that could be the pole position time right there. I am supposing he'll find more time as the session goes on, but a 17.0 is well clear of this Division 2 field. Robot Reaction with a very slow time. Dario with an even slower time. He's 4.9 seconds up right now. Crossing the line again. Where does this lap put him? Only P14. Not good enough. Party Ghost is on a flyer right now. His battery's very low though, so let's see if he is on a flyer. Purple sector 2, so I'm guessing he is on a flying lap. 52.4 after 2 sectors. Third gear, going into turn 15, I think. And now out of the penultimate corner. And now he's just got a flat out run to the line. Through the final corner we go now. Downhill and then uphill. This track swings as we go through it. 8th gear shift now. Up to the line. Party Ghost goes P9. Decent effort from him. Bedard is out on a hot lap. He joined the server recently. He raced in Division 3 as a reserve. He's on an out lap right now. Dario is on a flyer. He's down on his delta though. Party Ghost, he's on an in lap. Robot Reaction, he sets a better time and goes up into P8. 17.9 now. Drive right up there in P5. So he's finding more and more time as the session wears on. Robot Reaction clearing someone else. 1 second down on his delta, so that must be an in lap. Nobody's on a flyer right now. Rise, maybe. He's on an out lap. Bobby on an out lap. I think Bobby's the next car that will be starting his hot lap. So let's take to the track with Bobby for how he's going to do on this quali run. 8th gear now. 190 miles an hour, the speed's increasing. I'm guessing he's running quite low downforce. 201 miles an hour coming into turn 1 now. Looks all smooth, down to 5th gear again. A lot of drivers going into 5th gear. Maybe I'm doing it wrong. 1st gear is definitely wrong. I never go into 1st gear for turn 3. And now out of turn 4. Looks like he's got the car sorted right then and there. Down the hill towards turn 5. Where is he going to brake? He brakes quite late. Down to 1st gear again. He really wants the rotation in with the lower gears. So let's see how he's going to take turn 7 and turn 8. Turn 7, he tries to take flat out, and he actually does it, but with a downshift. And now 2nd gear through turn 8. Bobby's using very low gears for all of these corners. And now turn 9 and turn 10 and 11. Sweeping round, right-handed, downhill exit, and he's got that nailed as well. He's a 10th and a bit up on his previous best of 52.0. This could be him stealing pole position right back. 3rd gear now, out of the penultimate corner, and he's gone very wide there. Luckily he's managed to keep the lap in check. Coming out of the final corner, where is this lap going to put Bobby on the grid? On the front row. He improves by a 10th of a second, lost a little bit of time in the final sector. I think it's because he didn't upshift to 8th gear when he needed to, but it's still a very solid effort from Bobby. Lone Fiber's invalid. Riser's improving. 52.3 after 2 sectors. That's 3/10 down on Bobby though. So let's see what he's going to do through this final sector of the lap. Basically only one braking zone here, which he's managed to nail through the final corner exit. Where's this lap going to put him? DRS open. And P4. He improves by 2.5 tenths. So he found a lot of time through the final sector. And that's rise up to P4. Still, the Div 3 pole time must have been quick because only 3 people have managed to beat that pole time. Lone Fiber, he's invalid. K5M5, he's on a lap as we speak. 4th gear through this corner. That's a rare one. I've seen mainly 3rd gear through this corner. Out of the final corner now. Where's this lap going to put him? Lots of laps coming in at a very fast rate. K5M5 goes to the front row. 17.2. That's a big improvement on his previous lap. And he'll be delighted with that. And Emu is finally starting to get a bit of a challenge. He needs to get a move on and set a faster time. Else that pole position is going to get beaten. Charles is down. And who's that? Who's just finished a lap? Randro, the Division 2 reserve in P4 with a purple sector 1 to boot. Very, very nice. Jake Brad improves a bit and gets up to P7. N1A. In the special Red Bull Miami style livery. He's on a flyer. He's not going to improve from there. Lone Fiber, he's on a fly for sure. He's coming up to the line now, and that's P7. He's found incremental gains from that. A quarter of a second improvement from him. Robot reactions invalid. And as we have 7 minutes left in the session now, your pole man is Emu with a very strong lap earlier on in the session. K5, M5 getting quite close. Bobby in P3, Randro in P4, U3 in P5, and Charles in P6. Then down the field it all gets very, very close. Actually, we have now had 8 drivers beat the Division 3 pole time. 8 drivers have done it so far. Mars, by the way, did you ever get the invite? Who's on a lap? Party Ghost, he's on a fly right now. Let's watch this with great interest. Game's lagging a little bit for me. It's a very basic livery he's running compared to the others. Party Ghost actually teleports into the pit lane. So does Bert. Dario also in. You're going to join when you're at the timetables. Okay. Bedard in P20. He's starting a flying lap right now. Let's see how this is going to serve him. He's gone very wide there. He'll lose a bit of time from that. Not good from him. Panini about to do a lap. Keep an eye. Okay. Bedard's on a lap right now, and the view count is increasing up to 21 now. This is what we like to see. Thankfully, it realizes I'm not a terrible commentator, despite popular belief, probably. 6th gear now, he doesn't go full throttle. Bobby managed to go full throttle, but not Bedard, so I don't think he's finding much improvement here. Out of turn 8, and now downhill, and then uphill again through turn 9. This track's an absolute roller coaster to drive. 4th gear. Through this corner, he's gone wide again. He's very lucky that's not invalid, and he's actually 3/10 down on his delta, so he's not finding improvements. Or is that 3/10 away from pole position? We're about to find out as he comes up to the line, out of the penultimate corner, and now just a flat out run through the final corner. Now DRS will be open just before the line. Let's see how he does this. Slow lap improves to P19, only 1 position gain. Panini Man's on a lap right now. He's finding a little bit of time through turn 1, doesn't really use the edge of the track on the entry to turn 3, doesn't go too wide through the exit of it. Turn 4 looks nice and smooth. Turn 5 plunging back down the hill. What's he gonna gear into? 2nd gear, 45 miles an hour minimum apex speed from Panini Man. He's getting a very nice slipstream from whatever the car up ahead is. He doesn't downshift, unlike many other drivers, but does a massive lift instead. Differing techniques being shown through this qualifying. Turn 9's easy flat out, and now 10 and 11, double apex right here. He has to make sure the car ahead doesn't hold him up, but it seems to be giving him a nice slipstream throughout the lap. Could be giving him a little bit of dirty air. Maybe the car ahead's also on a hot lap. 2nd gear now. Upshifting and then downshifting up again because the corner comes at you so fast. The other car's moved out the way. Panini Man's had a solid lap so far. Hopefully he can get into the top 10 at least. Crossing the line now. Where is Panini Man going to end up? P5. Solid lap from him. And he'll be happy with that with 3 minutes to go in this session. That could be his final lap though. I don't think he'll have time to get back to the pit lane. He might actually, but it will be a very, very quick turnaround he'll need. Rise on a hot lap right now, I think. His battery's suggesting it. In sector 3 right now. He goes not too wide out of the penultimate corner. Final corner now. Look at these track shots. Absolutely beautiful from this Audi of Rise. Coming up to the line. Where's he going to go? Doesn't improve on his time. A 10th down. Can't improve there. That's his final hot lap done and dusted. Couple cars coming out for their final laps. Hunter's a 10th up on his previous best as he comes out of the hairpin. And that's Emu putting half a second of daylight between him and the rest of the field there with a brilliant pole position time. Hunter's out of the session. He's gone into the gravel and retired. Okay, that's odd. I don't think you can do that, but... Huh? He's retired on the track, never mind. Barbado... Yeah, what's up about Barbado? Let's not just say his name and skip. He's invalid. Wizard of Oz was 6/10 up on his Sector 1 time, so he's finding more time. Oh, he's had a stop. He stopped. He wasn't on a lap, or what has he done here? I don't get it. I don't get what he's trying there. Rises into the gravel. He's off the road, recovering back onto the track now. Charles is invalid. Randro is starting his final flying lap now. We've got yellow flags flying all over the circuit, it seems. Randro now crossing the line. P6. He's starting a lap, actually. He was P6 just before that. So let's ignore that blunder. 6th gear now. Brief downshift into 5th gear from Randro. He's invalid! He's not going to find more time then. Actually, he can turn off his battery and go again. Turn off your battery, mate. U3. He's P3 right now. He'll be looking to challenge Emu's time. That's a purple Sector 1 from him. And he's looking set on doing that so far. In his FOM livery car, I think he's gone with the basic one. I'm judging you very hard for that. Flat out through turn 7. And he's done it in 7th gear. He has got lots of grip at his disposal right now. Let's see how this lap develops, because he is on a flyer at the moment. Down towards turn 11, and everything's looking so good for him so far. Purple Sector 2 as well. This could be U3 taking pole position away from Emu. Does Emu have any sort of response from it? Does K5 have any sort of response from it? Does Bobby have a response? Many drivers that could take pole position away from Emu at this stage. 19 seconds left to go now in this session, and it's just the run up to the line. He's done the hard bits of the lap. Narrow route to the line, and he goes P3. He lost a lot of time in that final sector, it seems, because he had 2 purple sectors but couldn't find the proper improvement. Bobby is a 10th up. Bobby could get himself ahead of U3 because he couldn't maximize it. Charles has taken the checkered flag and he's P2. He moves into the pits. He's got pole position secured for now. Where is K5? He's starting a lap, actually, so he timed this really, really late. Bobby is wide and he's invalid at the final corner. Bobby's invalidated and he's not going to be happy with himself for that. He does a spin in anger. 2 drivers to watch now, U3 and K5. Actually, I don't think both of them can challenge. They're both out of battery, it seems. So I don't think they can challenge Emu's pole position. Let's see how the lap goes then. He's wide through there. He's 3/10 down on his delta. He's way down on his delta. Bobby's retired from the session in the pit lane, hopefully. If he's done it on the track, I'll be a bit angry. Randro is 6/10 up on his previous lap now. He could take pole position away from Emu. Randro from P9 on the grid. You know, Rise. And that's qualifying over. Qualifying over with Rise only P11. Now, Mars, you can accept your invite. And here are your results for the Portuguese Grand Prix qualifying. Let's get some screenshots. Mars has joined the session. Good, good, good. Let's hope he is able to start the race. He should be able to. Full man grid right here. Beautiful. 20 drivers with the pole position time of a 16.775. I think I'll cut out the stream just for one moment. Okay, now we've just got the ready up brake on the grid, so you're not going to be missing much here. Maybe I could get something random up on the screen, maybe. Don't know how to do that, actually. So, we'll just sort things out. Miles has left the session, so he might still be in spectate mode. That could be painful. What game's glitched? Miles is back in the session. You have the 3-minute break on the grid. Just, you know, let drivers get their setups in and everything like that. You know, all the good stuff. I think I might have... Actually, I don't need to disappear. Not again. We don't need to do that too many times. I haven't done it this stream, but you get the idea. Formation lap is go. Looks like a race start from Emu and Randro. Let's check everyone's strategies. Alright, hopefully the views go up since it's race start. Who else? Olo asking chat, AMG, have you practiced for tomorrow? Not really. I've barely done Portimao. But I am usually strong in the races. Qualifying's my weakness, but in race trim I'm usually not very fast, but I'm very consistent. I don't really make too many mistakes. Hopefully that's not a famous last words from me right there. But yeah. So the short answer is no, not really. And I don't even think I'll have time to. Maybe after this stream I could, but not really. Emu, Randro, Charles, K5, N1A, U3, Lone Fiber, Bobster, Panini Man, Jake Rad Rise, Robot, Bert, Barbado, Bedard, Bert Barbado Bedard. That's a commentary nightmare right there. We should check tires actually. Can't do that. Tires. Mixture of softs and mediums, with Hypno being the sole driver on hards. That's a bit of an exception from him. Can they get it in the grid box? Let's see. Emu, come on. Oh, he's too early. That's unusual. It's usually that you're too late, and he actually went too early. Alright, Ola, saw that. Strong in quali, weak in races you are, apparently. Emu, the pole man, absolute shame from him. He's done it as well in the most unusual way. How's he managed to do that? He parked too early? That doesn't happen. Dario finishing the grid now, and we look to the 5 red lights for the Portuguese Grand Prix. Where are the lights? There they are. 5 red lights for the Portuguese Grand Prix. It's lights out and away we go. Emu gets a great start from Randro up behind him. Charles looks to get a good start as well. Emu, Who's going to take the lead here? Charles is here as well. There's 3 drivers in the lead. Make contact, all of them. And K5 from like P4 on the grid's taking the lead as he gets spun around by Bobby as well. Bobby now takes the lead, but he's also been hit. He hit someone as well. That could be investigated by the FIA after this race. And that will be a 100% because I am the FIA. Randro is in P2. Rise has made a great start up into P3. K5 has lost all the places he gained there. And now we can check the positions gained and lost. With Bobby going from P8 to P1. Absolute rocket start. Wizard is out of the session. And that's the safety car deployed already. And we won't be able to see what happened. Party Ghost has got a penalty for corner cutting. Party Ghost is absolutely racking up penalties. What's happening with Party Ghost? He's got 15 seconds of time penalties in like 1 second. How's he done that? 10 seconds. And 5 seconds for Bedard. Bedard's got no front wing. So there was chaos at the back. And into turn 1 it was 3 wide. Those leaders had an absolute scrap. Robot reaction, what a... Yeah, keep it respectful in chat. Save it for the FIA after race, Exitos. Jake Brad needs an invite. Okay. Jake Brad wants an invite. Fine. We'll get your invite in. Don't worry. I have you added. Boom. See? Invite sent. Panini was taken out, sad times. Yeah, it is sad times for the Panini fans in this world. Randro in the lead. Bobby is pitted, I think. Oh, what? He was in the lead. Why is he in P7 now? Why is everyone overtaking on the safety car? We need to get a TV pod view of this. What's happening? What's going on? Jake Brad's back in. Try not to hit each other on the safety car, lads. He's ghosted. Who is he? Jake Brad. But he's back in the session. Why can't he drive? Drive the car! Okay. Randro is somehow a lap ahead of the field. That's a bugged graphic right there. What? Don't you love it when the graphics are bugged? Don't you just love it when graphics are broken? Safety car. Lap 1 safety car. I think I put it specifically in my debrief that I didn't want a lap 1 safety car. And now Div 2 have gone out and done literally the opposite of what I said. So, this is a grade A bra moment, in my opinion. Safety car will not be in this lap. I don't think so. Rise and Randro somehow find their way at the front of the field, despite starting from less favourable positions. What's going on in this race? Not really sure. Hard runners at the back. Randro up front. Let's hope he's absolutely cooking at the restart. Let's hope to see him cook. Not much going on under the safety car. Enjoy some safety car footage, I guess. Not really much to talk about at this stage of the race. And nobody's in chat, so why are my views so bad? I think I need to start the lobby later or something. Rework the whole thing. Oh my god. Okay. Safety car in this lap. Safety car in this lap. Let's make sure those tyres are up to temperature, and remember, there's no overtaking until the timing line. Stay in position until the green flags. Randro, when is he going to go? He's weaving around. I think he should go... Not now. Rise is ready for... Now, no. Oh, he's going up alongside him. You can do that as they make a little bit of contact, and Randro looks like he's trying to shove Rise out of the way. Randro's gone now, and Rise has been absolutely caught lacking there. K5 could get the run on Rise. Looks like he can't though. Rise just about stays ahead. I think he had to lift off to avoid illegally overtaking him. And Randro's actually falling down the order, so he's let Rise through. Randro, he had the restart sorted. Did he get an illegal overtake? He might have. What is this? How is Randro falling like that? Emu's all over the back of Lone Fiber now. Down towards turn 5. Down the inside he goes. Emu has done it. Lone Fiber down into P5. A bit of lag going on. I don't want to ride on board with him as Lone Fiber's onto the gravel and Party Ghost has left the session. Party Ghost leaving the session right there. More contact between Dario and Jake Brad. Oh, there's a spin and there's a takeout. Multiple people going off the road. That's a virtual safety car. What is happening in this race? We've had a safety car and a virtual safety car. Division 2 struggling to keep it clean, it seems. Absolute twats. How have they done that? What's happened there? Okay, Party Ghost needs an invite. We'll get Party Ghost his invite. Okay, Party Ghost has received the invite. Rise has picked up a penalty under safety car. Is that for track limits? Ah, he's gotten a penalty under VSC, it seems. That's very, very unusual for Rise. Very, very unusual. Not sure how that's happened. Sad times for Rise, I guess. Back to green flag running. Back to green flags. K5 is within DRS of Rise. Will he get DRS? DRS now enabled. DRS now enabled. K5 has a great shot at taking Riz here. If he even manages to win in Division 2, then that's a straight promotion for Rise right here. But he's at the front of the field, cooking right now. But can K5 outcook him? Emu is in P3. Those soft tires better be cooking throughout this stint. I can't believe I've said cooking that many times. Can't believe it. Purple sector 1 for K5, so he's gaining. That gap's going down by the second. Rise looks like he can't keep the pace of K5 right now. And there could be a battle for the lead going into turn 1 on the next lap. Emu is P3 still. Randro is falling out of DRS. U3 doing well for himself in P4. Barbados had a spin. What will that be? Nothing so far. Barbados having a little bit of a spin. K5's fallen off the back of Rise. The big threat here is actually Emu versus K5. So Emu is gaining on him. Emu now in P3, he's got the drive, he's got the slipstream. Can he get past K5? Rise sets fastest lap. Emu takes it right back from him, and Emu is ahead of K5 going into the first corner now. Emu gets ahead of K5 on his fresher soft compound tyres. The man is on a mission back towards the front of the grid, and Emu makes his way up into P2. Rise will be his next target for this Grand Prix. Oh my god, I almost fell off my chair. U3 is right on the back of Randro. Poor exit out of turn 5 hairpin though, so that kind of gets ruined for him a little bit. Emu though, after making a move on K5, his next target will be to land a knockout blow on Rise. Metaphorically, not literally. Please don't crash into each other. Just a little FIA note. Get this bleeping robo guy out, says Exitos. I'm gonna say this once and only once. Just calm down. FIA is open after the race. No more warnings on that front. I don't care what he's doing. Just report it and I'll deal with it. Emu now is on the back of Rise. Coming into turn 1 now. Emu, he's getting closer. He's pulling ahead. Rise has no defense and Emu retakes the lead of the Portuguese Grand Prix. Emu on the soft tyres is absolutely flying now, and maybe Rise can have a comeback into turn 5 because you get DRS right there as well. N1A getting past Bert as well. Also a note to Exitos, whoever you are, I thought you were driving. Drive the car. This has to be a Hamilton reference, as NA going down the inside of Bert. Bert's got no defense except for a beautiful switchback, and NA also getting a terrible exit out of the hairpin. Nope, it's actually the other way round. NA is the one that gets the switchback and stays ahead of Bert. Wrong on that front. Bozo me. L me. Panini Man's in P10, so Panini Man fans rejoicing right now. He's on the hard tyres, so he could do good bits from there. Lone Fiber now. He's 7/10 back. He will be watching the battle closely. Emu's broken DRS from Rise. Olo's happy in chat for Panini Man. He's doing well for himself. K5 is doing well to keep up with Rise right now. P19 to P10 Goat. Brands Olo for Panini Man. Panini Man's actually making another move on Bert. That's Panini Man making his way up the order. Hypno getting a time penalty. Party Ghost getting past Lone Fiber, who's gone wide and fell down the order. Panini Man now on the back of NA. P8 could be his now. He's absolutely cooking on these hard tyres, and that's him up into P8 with a fastest sector 1. Goes a bit deep, manages to keep going, and that will be a great cheer from Olo in the metaphorical crowd as Panini Man gets himself up into P8. Jake Brad is up next for him, and for K5 it's going to be another battle against Rise. And as I expected, Olo is in chat celebrating that move from Panini Man. Jake Brad, 3-second time penalty. This is a track limits heaven for... track limits hell, actually, if you're a driver. Lots of places you can go off, actually. K5 closing to the back of Rise. This will be another chance as he comes up into the first corner now. 8th gear down the straight, DRS wide open. Does Rise have any sort of defense to K5? He covers the inside, and K5 is not close enough on this occasion, so he's going to have another go at Rise. Maybe he could go for it at turn 5. Randro's following closely as well. There's Bert and Party Ghost battling, and someone's at the back has a spin there. I don't really care. Someone else is pitting. Robot Reactions into the pit lane. Bit early for him, actually. His tyres must have fallen off pretty quickly. K5 can't get past Rise into turn 5. He's going to have to wait around the lap to get a move done into turn 1. Party Ghost and Bert are having a battle of their life as Bert goes off the track and Party Ghost is ahead. Nearly P7 for Panini. He's actually closed up to P7 now. He's actually closing in on Jake Brad. He is absolutely cooking. He's cooking right there. Absolutely cooking. Panini Man's a man to watch for as he's been on a charge. K5, P3 now, on the back of Rise. What's Rise going to do into turn 1? He looks to be an awful lot closer, and I doubt the Rise defense will be strong enough on this occasion. But let's see, anything can happen down this straight as we head into turn 1. Rise covers the inside and makes a very, very late move on K5, who I think had to back out of that move. And Randro's had a spin, and K5's off the road, and the two leaders have collided. P2 and P3 have now fallen down to P6, and wherever the hell K5 has fallen to, actually he's only down in P4. And that's free real estate for U3. Now it's his turn to have a go at Rise, because Rise seems to be struggling for pace. I've got no bleeping pop-ups. No idea of penalties or why. Yeah, that kind of happens. I think you have to pause and unpause to fix that. Yeah, I think that's how you fix it. I think that's how it should work. Otherwise, I don't really know. Maybe going into Race Director, going back. I've had that happen to me before. Jake Brad, I can give you info on the race if you want, if you have like the stream open. Oh, there's Randro into the gravel. Someone else is into the gravel. Actually, it's Party Ghost. He has left the session. Someone was into the gravel, I saw. He's out of the gravel now, but wasn't Randro, it turns out. No idea of penalties or why, was Jake's message to remind myself. Jake Brad actually pitted for hard tyres. I'll tell you your penalty. You have a 3-second time penalty. And your gap to Bobby up ahead is 3.7 seconds. Robot behind is 10.4 seconds. Have to be a race engineer, I guess. But getting past Party Ghost, yeah, you don't need to be sorry. This game likes to mess with people. Okay, Party Ghost, there you go. Randro 3-second time penalty. Bedard also getting past Party Ghost. His bot is falling down the order. Party Ghost, let's hopefully he can get back in the session quickly. Otherwise he'll lose DRS to Bedard up ahead. Panini Man, he has actually closed to Randro now. Panini Man's on a charge through the field. And he looks to be doing well for himself on these hard tyres. He's finding lots of grip, lots of tyre life from these hard tyres. Hunter is hunting down K5 in this Grand Prix. Shifting now to the right, downhill, to the left, uphill goes Hunter. His name's not appearing with the HDR from the spectator view, but when I drive and race against him, it does appear as HDR. Very unusual. 11 lap old mediums versus 11 lap old mediums. It's an equal battle. Emu will want to come into the pit soon, but focusing back to this battle, Hunter versus K5. K5 had an incident with Randro, dropping him down the order, and now Hunter could take advantage of that, and he has, blasting past K5 and taking P4. Nice stuff from him. He is also having a great time out on track. K5, not so much. Panini Man closing to Randro. Randro is very, very quick in Bahrain, and Randro's offline, and that could allow Panini Man to get the exit he needs to pass Randro in this race. Down the hill towards turn 5. He has to sit back for now, but Panini Man is gaining. Switchback, not quite there for him. Panini Man's on an absolute wonder drive so far, and I'm sure Olo will be happy. K5, actually, he's going for the repass on Hunter into turn 8. Hunter just about stays ahead, but it's showing that this position for Hunter is not quite secure, as K5 going for another switchback. Big slide out of the corner, and no move there still. Hypno has a spin at the back of the field. Dario, actually, not Hypno. Dario's pitted. U3 has another go at trying to pass Rise. Rise, I don't know how he's holding on still, but somehow he's doing it, and he's gaining down the straight. Gaining not quite enough still, and they're wheel to wheel down the straight for P4. K5 up into 4th. Robot Reaction gets a time penalty. Oh, Rise, he's actually been passed Rise has been passed for P2. U3 has got his car up into second place now. Rise driving for the Mercedes constructor. I think he might have just broken too early for the hairpin and gotten dive bombed. Nice fastest lap from Charles. Fastest lap in Div 3 was a 1:19.1. Only 6/10 away from that. Dario with a 3-second time penalty. I'm seeing many of these pop-ups. Drivers are also coming into the pit lane. There are all the penalties you need to know. With a crucial one being Rise, Randro. Party Ghost is fine right now. No threats from behind. Jake Brad, no threats from behind. Same with Robot. Same with Dario. Same with Hypno. Emu into the pit lane, gets a penalty for speeding into pits. That's going to cost him the win if he's not careful. Panini Man's closing to Randro. Emu pitting for the mediums, but the time penalty could hurt him. Panini Man, I don't think he's going for a move right now. I think he's just going to sit back and wait. And Hunter and K5 are going for it again into turn 3. Looks like they're glued together in battle, side by side through all the corners. K5 now has the DRS to go around the outside at turn 5. Downhill towards the hairpin. Oh, Party Ghost disconnection again. This is getting a little bit sad. Panini's P5 now, thanks to the pit stops, as K5 is coming towards turn 7, and he is coming ahead of Hunter. Party Ghost will need another invite. Let's see. This is the invite pit stop pretty much at this rate. Hunter and K5, one of them needs to just pull the trigger for an undercut. Or maybe... Oh, Party Ghost retired. Oh, okay. Wait. Retired, but your car is still in the race. You're meant to retire in the pit lane, man. You're not meant to leave your car out on track. For fuck's sake. There's a reason for it. For the bot not interfering. Hunter's into the pit lane. He's done exactly what Strategy Diamonds has told him. He is in for the undercut on K5. Now it all depends on a strong outlap. Now Strategy Diamonds will tell K5 that he needs to extend the stint to around lap 20 and go for softs because he is now being undercut. Emu 3.1 seconds away from Bedard. What a goated race from Panini, says Olo. His race starts when he puts on softs. Right now he's just chilling. But when the softs go on, he has to... If you press retire from session, it should retire the car, to be fair. It should, but I don't think you pressed it because I could see you driving. And also, what I was saying is that you have to enter the pit lane and then retire in the pit lane. Because then it stops drivers from being interrupted under VSC and safety car. Because the bot will often go too slow under those and ruin the race. But now you've done that, and it's pretty clear in the rules you can't do that. Emu, closing to Bedard, rises into the pit lane, crucial stop for him. The battle for Bedard might have to wait, or will it not? Because Emu is closing. Okay, Party Ghost, I'll send the invite. Emu's closing now after this battle. 1:19.2 fastest lap. Emu alongside Bedard. He can't really put up a fight. It's new mediums versus old hards. Okay. Here you go, Party Ghost. You just retire in pit lane, thanks. Barbado is past Hunter. Hunter's tyres not up to temperature. Okay, Party Ghost. Yeah, just box, retire the car. Thank you. Emu now, his next target's N1A. He also has the 5-second penalty looming over him for a pit lane speeding, so he needs to clear 5 seconds over his nearest rival. He's on track to do that right now. 2 exact clone liveries of the Red Bull Max Verstappen Miami special car. The 2 fake Red Bulls battling now. Will Emu go for a lunge here? No, he won't. He's wise to that. But now Emu is looking for the move, looking for the opportunity, and not quite there. Does he get the exit he needs? Not quite, but I think with DRS he should be able to pass NA. NA could have come into the pit lane. He chose not to that time. And Emu down the straight makes up another position. That's 2 laps in a row. Emu's been able to make a move into the first corner. Let's watch Party goes to the air, box, and then just click retire, and then you'll be all good. There you go. That's how you do it. Thank you. I don't know why you retired, to be honest. You were in P8. You weren't doing terribly. That would have been some good points, but you do you. Bobby and Hunter now. Hunter is... I think he's struggling on these hards. Bobby's on old mediums, but he's just... I don't know. He's just struggling. What's happening to Hunter? Because Bobby's on older tyres, but he's being passed. Rise P8. He had Hunter all over the back of him for a little while now. It's 6.9 seconds. So, yeah. Emu closing to Randro. It disconnected me for the 6th time this race, plus quali. It was too much. Fair enough. I think you just need to find an Ethernet cable for your router. U3's into the lane. Is he going to put on the softs as we watch Emu potentially about to make a move on Randro? Emu seems to have built up a pit stops gap to these guys. And going down the straight now, is he past Randro? Randro's trying to put up all the resistance he can into turn 1. Randro actually stays ahead but goes wide. So he's getting his elbows out. He doesn't want to be passed by Emu this easily. Emu will have to try again. Panini Man's taking the lead of the Grand Prix. Well in, says Olo. Stein says hello. Hello, Stein. Panini Man's in the lead. He has to box for softs, and then he'll probably be out. Emu actually got past Randro into turn 5, by the way. Quick weather update on that one. 3.4, 5.7, 12, 15, 18, 19. I think Panini Man will be out in about P9, P10. Probably around there. P9, P10 region when he boxes. I think you should box this lap for softs. I'm a strategist. Stein was playing Valorant. Hope you enjoyed that. Sounds like a good time, as Randro's tyres are clearly falling off at this stage. But they are extending the hell out of these mediums. Randro and NA, as well as Barbado. You didn't enjoy that. Oh, that's sad. That's evil, though. Saying you didn't enjoy a game. Normally, it's a standard answer of yes, even if you didn't enjoy it. Good attendance. Yeah, full grid. I'd call that pretty good. 16 viewers, though. Not good for me. It's a bit of an L for me, considering Rise gets like 40, and Ported gets like 30, and then Emu gets like 25, and then there's just me with 15. Randro puts the softs on, as I told him, I think. Yeah, I told him that. I take the strategy matters. Out into the race. This is going to be close with Bert. Just stays ahead of Bert. He needs to warm those tyres up before he gets past. Those softs will be way, way more grippy than the hards once they're up to temperature. So he needs to make sure he doesn't get stuck. Hypno and Lone Fiber battling for the lower positions. Stein has 4 viewers every stream. Panini says mediums. No, box for softs. Why would you box for mediums? Lone Fiber's out. Lone Fiber's retired. Where has he's boxed and retired. Okay, he followed it. Followed the rules. Okay, okay. But guys, do you realize it's points for all? So even if you're P18, you still get 3 points. So why are you retiring? Panini Man's into the pit lane. He was about to get passed by Emu, so might as well not have unnecessary battling. Stein says follow him. Yes, this is evil. It is evil. I'll allow it because you're an admin and mod. It's evil. He's boxed for mediums against my strategy call, but I really don't think mediums will last. I mean they'll last, but they won't be quick. Lone Fiber had a red rear wing. Fair enough. His mom came in and said it's bedtime. For who? Lone Fiber? That's bad. How did you get it? Stein, I think the way Lone Fiber had a red rear wing is because he damaged his rear wing. I feel like that's a clear enough explanation, Steinosaurus. That's a new nickname for you. That's evil, isn't it? Randro versus Panini Man. Panini Man cooking on the mediums. He's getting past Bobster. Bobby is past. Randro's turn to pass Bobby now. Goes very, very wide into the corner. Lone Fiber rode the curb into turn 2 and your car went into the barrier. Okay. Bobby's trying to put up a fight but he really can't, so Panini Man just gets past him. Bobby on the old mediums. Panini Man, I think he's going to pay the price of not boxing for softs. Lone Fiber. L for him. He rode the curb into turn 2 and his car went into the barrier. Wait, turn 2 is easy flat out at any stage of the race. Why did you ride it? That's just a bit goofy. I put that on the goofy scale of 9. K5 and Hunter, they've been battling all race, and once again another pass. K5 on the slightly fresher hards. Randro is past Panini Man. I knew the strategy was bad from Panini Man. He was faster than Randro in the previous stint and now he's been passed by him. This is why you box for softs when I tell you to. Skill issue scale of 10. 10 because you shouldn't be riding the turn 2 curb like at all. Stop reading every comment, just focus on comms, says Stein. How about no? I refuse to do that. I'ma read chat because there's not much going on by way of battle, to be honest. I'll read the chats that are directed at me, but if they're directed at like each other, then I won't read them. That's how it works. So if there's like a separate chat conversation, then okay. Watch Bobby. You'll be able to pay points for that after we get affiliated. 3-car battle. Yep, Stein, you are correct. This is a 3-car battle between Bobby, Bert and Bedard, i.e. my 3 comms nightmares, as Bedard tries to go for a move on Bert and spins! Bedard, the Division 2 reserve, racing in Division 3 normally. He had a chance to get P10 in this race and he's dropped down the order, so that's a blunder from him. The comms curse in full swing. Bobby is finally into the pit lane with 10 laps to go onto soft tyres, I assume. He has to be. What's he doing? Why is he going to mediums, you absolute bozo? Why are you going to mediums and why aren't you releasing? So... okay. Lone Fiber says he rode turn 1, not turn 2. Fair enough. Turn 1's a 7 out of 10 skill issue because that's a easier mistake to make. Olo said softs for Panini. Yeah. But now he's seeing what happens when you don't listen to Diamonds. Emu is 13 seconds clear of the field. He's pulled out a massive gap since boxing. I didn't even know he was in the lead. Okay, Exetos, that was your final warning. Actually, who is N1A? No wait, actually, let's pretend to be calm about this. Let's pretend like I'm not raging right now. Exetos, which driver are you, out of interest and not for evil reasons? This is more open lobby than open lobbies, Jesus Christ. Exetos, what happened? It's just... okay. N1A spun out Bedard on the battle for P8. Okay. Wait, are you driving or just spectating? I don't even... at this point, I don't even know if you're on the track or off the track. I don't even know, man. I thought you were a driver this whole time, but you've been in chat like a lot of times, so at this point I don't even know. I don't even know, man. I can see Panini Man closing up to the back of Hunter. Panini Man's on the recovery drive since the start of the race. He was P19 and basically last. He's now up into P7. Bobby's left the session. Oh my god, you can't do that unless you were disconnected. Panini Man... He's closing now. Hunter, he's going to be vulnerable on those hard tyres, older hard tyres versus fresher mediums. Hunter's into the pit lane with 8 laps to go. What's this Ferrari-esque strategy from him? What's Hunter doing? What's with this Ferrari strategy? What's he doing? Why is he putting on the softs now? Huh? Can someone explain this to me? Oh, safety car's out as well, because Dario's crashed. Wait, did Hunter just predict a safety car? Is that why he boxed? Huh? I'm mightily confused. Worst timing, says Stein. Actually, that is accurate, because now he's lost like 10 seconds, because boxing under safety car is cheaper. Emu is 17 seconds ahead of Rise. I don't know how Rise is still in P2. But you know who gets screwed by this? I think hard runners. No, actually they're not screwed. They can box for softs now. Everyone from Rise to Panini Man should box for softs. Maybe, I don't know. Emu has to box for softs, 100%. Rise has to box for softs, that's no question. Let's see, will Rise box? Box. Just, come on. Good. You three now, your turn to strategy. Right as Bobby gives up, there's a safety car. Do you want an invite or something? Because one, you're not allowed to retire on the track, and two, there is no number 2, it's just 1. Top 5 into pits, top 6 into the pits. N1A could do with not boxing, actually. He could stay out. He could, actually. You wanna? Maybe? Ah, it would be a bold decision, my guy. Please? Okay. Bobby's not rejoining, okay. Bert's coming in, Charles is coming in. Bert almost spun into the pit lane with how much he was locked up. He got DC'd. I don't know what that's meant to mean. Okay. Who's staying out then? No one's... Hunter stayed out. Hunter's stayed out because he pitted on softs for the previous lap. Like he wasn't suffering enough. Yeah, that's why you just go to the pit lane and retire. Now your AI is going to screw over Jake Brad. It's pretty clear. Okay, Stein, fine. Fine, I'll focus on the race. Fine. Top 6 on fresh softs. Hunter's basically got fresh softs, so top 7. Barbado, I think he stayed out. I don't think he pitted. Yeah, he didn't pitted. Or maybe he did, and those tyres are just used softs from a previous session. N1A is also on new softs, as is Bert, as is Charles, Bedard, P14, P15, P16 for Hypno. Robot Reaction has stayed out. I don't know why he did that. Maybe not the smartest idea. This Panini restart is going to be goated, says Olo. Panini Man's in a great position. He's in P6. He's got fresh softs. Everyone else ahead of him does, but fresh softs are fresh softs, and he can maximize them. Rise is going to have problems with that penalty. Emu, big note from Emu. He cleared his 5-second time penalty when he pitted for new softs. So Emu now has got no penalties, and he is clear. Rise, that track limits penalty, which he got under a VSC earlier on in the race. Let's see. K5, P4. He also has no track limits warnings. He'll be good. Randros have that track limits problem. Panini Man could capitalize from that. Podium's not far away from him. Hunter, P7. N1A, P8. Burt, P9. Charles, P10. 3 time penalties in the lower end of the grid with Charles, Robot Reaction and Bado also with the time penalties. Jake Brad with huge penalties, so he's basically last barring any spins. Hypno, P16. Safety car in this lap. Safety car in this lap. Emu, this is the second restart he's had to perform. Let's see how he does this restart now. Last time, the man tasked with beating him at the restart was Rise. This time, it's U3. Emu, last time he weaved around to deter. What will he do on this occasion? My view count is terrible, man. I need to improve my comms. U3, so close to Emu. Emu's gone for it now, and U3 looks like he's got the restart sorted. Rise is P3. K5 is dropping down the order. Randro is in P4. Randro is in P6 now. Panini Man's up into P5. Panini Man could get the podium at this stage because Rise has a penalty. And if anything else happens, there'll be more. Barbado has had a crash and he's collided with Jake Brad. Jake Brad going off the track as well. Oh, the sound's cutting out a bit, so I'm going to disconnect and reconnect my headphones. Hopefully the sound is better. Let's see. What is going to happen now? Rise is close to U3, it seems. Looks like Emu might have this race clear and sorted, but this is not a done story for the podium yet. Still many chapters to write from this Grand Prix as K5 looks to be closing to Rise. Closing and closing. He's gonna make a move at some point. Not now. He's getting closer. He just can't find the overspeed. He's lifting off all the time. So, Panini Man P5. Randro P6. He's getting sent it down the inside, and he's been hit as well by N1A. Little bit of incidents going on there, with Hunter being the big winner from that. And now Panini Man's got an actual podium position, as long as he can stay within 3 seconds of Rise and K5. This is looking oh so sweet for Panini Man. It's looking good for him. Emu is on a dominant charge, as up ahead 1.8 seconds is the gap they've managed to eke out from U3. Rise and K5, so close, so close as K5 looks for a second move on Rise. Nothing doing there. Rise, he needs the DRS from U3, not necessarily to pass him, but to protect him from K5 behind. K5, he has got DRS now. Does he or does he not? He does not. It's another lap of pure slipstream. Best recovery of all time from Panini, says Olo, as K5 desyncs off the track. Charles is out of the race. Charles has retired. He's crashed. What's happened to him? Where? Oh, okay, so I don't even know, man. Is that terminal damage? Is it? I can't even tell. I don't even know, man. I couldn't even tell you. Mate. Oh, Randro retired from session as well. Randro is DNF'd under the safety car. I'm not sure how that happens. VSC actually, not a safety car. Charles left the session. It's like the server's absolutely having a mass oh god, double stacks. This is gonna hurt. That is actual pain for N1A. That is a certified rip. The VSC will hurt Panini Man because now he has less laps to hold on to P3. Now he can spend a little bit of time under the VSC, so they have less time to pull away from him. This is looking like the driver of the race for Panini Man. Emu also in contention for driver of the day. If there's going to be a driver of the day, it's going to be from Div 2. No one really stood out in Div 3. They all had decent drives, but nothing special. Stein, you gave me the account to this, and I followed myself. We're underway now. Rise gets a drive-through penalty, as does K5. Both of them on drive-through penalties now. Rise is up into P2 though, with U3 getting caught lacking at this restart. Panini Man still in P5, but now it's an absolutely 100% secure P3. Panini Man now has the podium, and 2 drivers getting drive-through penalties. That's going to absolutely ruin their race with Rise and K5. They were looking so good for P2 and P4, but now they're done for. Panini Man is looking like he could get this podium done and dusted, with his next target being U3. Emu's extending the gap even further. He's got P1 still extending the gap. There is hype around Panini Man because he was P19 at the end of like lap 1, and now he's up into P5, and also he's the only driver with fans. So yeah, driver of the day, it's got to be between Emu or Panini Man, and that's into the pit lane to serve his drive through is K5, and that is, who is that? That is U3 getting past Rise. U3 puts a little bit more daylight between himself and Panini Man, just to make sure that he doesn't lose his P2. Panini Man looking ever so better, but is all over the back of Hunter. We've got a nice scrap for P5 between multiple cars. 4 cars following in this DRS train. Bert looks for the gap. There is no gap, and there's a gap for Bedard to try, but there's not quite enough. Robot Reaction, he's actually not here. Hypno is here though, but with big time penalties, so he needs to clear this 3-second gap from Robot, otherwise he's losing that. Bedard, he is still going for this position. Not much he can do now, he just has to wait. Looking for a gap on the inside, it was bold, and he almost made contact. So, almost, he's so close. So close. So close, man. Bedard and Burt are gonna go for it on the final lap of this race, and that's Rise coming into the pit lane, and that puts Panini Man up into a podium, and guess who's that? Overtaking Burt. Bedard is up into P5. Panini Man getting a final lap time penalty, which could hurt him. Actually no, because Hunter is 5.5 seconds back. Bedard P5 with a 3-second time penalty. Bobby has no penalties, but he's gone anyway. So Bert is P6, Hypno is P7, Robot's P8. Rise down to P10, K5 down to P11. Barbado is just chilling in P12. Emu picks up a very late time penalty. That won't hurt his drive though. Where is he? Out of the penultimate corner now. Emu has put in a dominant drive this weekend for Division 2. He is going to go around the final corner and win the Portuguese Grand Prix in style. Absolutely dominated this field. Nobody was going to beat Emu today, and after being a goated commentator for Division 3, has now become a goated driver for Division 2. Absolutely cooking 2 days in a row. U3 takes P2, 3.7 seconds back, and Panini Man from last on the grid gets his podium after an incident and the recovery drive. Beautiful. And Olo is so happy with that. Hunter takes P4, just holds off Bedard, but and Robot Reaction couldn't quite get into the 3 seconds. Hypno P8, Bobby doesn't count. K5 and Rise getting late drive-through penalties under the VSC. Absolutely screwed for them. Barbado finishes up in P12. Jake Brad, he's still yet to cross the line. There he goes. And that is your race done and dusted. Who's that in chat? Sonny Riddler celebrating. He's also happy. I think that might be Panini Man or someone else. We'll find out. We'll find out eventually. Post-race interviews I'm not gonna host because I'm on PS4 and that can't connect to Discord. So unless you like want an off-stream interview, then I guess, yeah. Sonny is Panini. Cool. There's your final order. Emu wins the Grand Prix. Great stuff from him. Lovely stuff. Lovely stuff. That's going to be your stream over now. Bye.